So, what are we trying to solve for here? What are we trying to solve for? Solutions to a, is this one line? There are two lines. So it's a system of equations. Now when we're finding a solution to a system, these are actually called what? On a graph, they're what? Coordinate points. So we're actually trying to find the two places where these lines intersect on a graph. Coordinate points. Whoa, Colby. All right. So what's our first step here if we're trying to do this algebraically? What's our first step? Get y by itself. Okay, so which one doesn't have y by itself?
The bottom one.
The bottom. How do we get y by itself here? We're going to subtract 6 away. So we end up with y equals -6 plus x. Or why did I write it like that? I don't know. X minus 6. Now what do I do? What's my second step?
Y minus 6. Put them together.
You set what y is equal to each other. So it's x squared minus 5x plus 3 is equal to x minus 6. Now what?
Working hard.
What type of equation is this now?
Equal to 0.
It's a quadratic.
Linear.
It's a quadratic. And we solve quadratics by getting everything over to one side, by setting it equal to 0. So I need to subtract x and add 6. So we have x squared minus 6x plus 9. Now what do I try to do? Factor. What do I always look for first? Yes, he's got it. A GCF. Is there a GCF here that goes into all three? No, there is not. So now I can go ahead and draw my x. What goes up top? What goes up top? 9. What goes in the bottom?
-6.
What two numbers multiply to be 9 but add to be -6?
-3 and 3. Wait, no.
Close.
-3 and negative.
Yes. So these are my two factors, x minus 3, x minus 3. Now, what do I always need to stop and look for here?
Why? I got to that part.
Does this problem have an a value? Look up here. Is there an a? No. So are these my true factors? Yes. I don't have to divide by a because there isn't one. So I can now find my solutions. How do I take my factors and find solutions? Yes, set them equal to 0, right? What's another word for solution? Roots. What else? Zeros. Also zeros. So that means we set each one of our factors equal to 0. Once we have our factors set equal to 0, what do? You get the x's all by themselves, right? So here we're going to add 3 over. X equals 3. And what do you notice? What have you been noticing? It's the same exact number. What does this mean? You're only going to have one solution. So once you recognize way up here in the x, we had -3 and -3. You should have recognized, oh, there's only going to be one solution. I really don't need that side. It's just x equals 3. Now am I done?
No.
Why am I not done? Yeah, you got to plug it back in to find your y. Now which one do you think we're going to plug back into? The linear, because it's easier, right? You could have plugged back into the quadratic. They both work. Right? This is where the two lines intersect. So no matter where you plug the x in, the y should be the same. So I have y equals, now am I going to write x here? Do I literally write an x? No. What do I substitute in? Your 3. So what is 3 minus 6? And how do I finish off writing my answer? Right. It's a coordinate point. So on the coordinate plane, that is where the two lines intersect. 3, negative 3. Are there any questions on this warm-up? All right.